Good morning, everybody. It's Jeremy, Double J Farms Homestead. Thought I'd come out this morning, look at the boys' stuff, and bring y'all along with us. We put out the first hay yesterday, and as you can see, they're enjoying it. We are dry. We are dry here after all the hurricane, all the water we got. You can't even tell we got a shower of rain. And but I'm thankful to know that the good Lord knows what we need and when we need it, and I'm just trusting Him to deliver it. But we appreciate y'all watching, and we gotta go over and check some things out and over at Lynn's, and just wanted y'all to kind of be along with us today. I don't know of anything exciting going on because I ain't able to do anything exciting, but we can still just kind of be together and look at God's creation and just thank Him for the day He's given us. I don't know of a better way to start the day but by thanking God for all He's done. We've got something to be thankful for. You know, I think about Thanksgiving coming up, and it won't be long, it'll be here. But you know, we ought to be in a state of thanksgiving every day, folks. So, you know, I think about an old song. The name of it is When I Thank Him for What He Has Done. I thought about that song when I got up this morning, and one of these days we'll get there and we'll be able to thank Him. But it'll take all eternity, and I don't know that we'll get done then. But we'll have a time when we get there. I appreciate all of y'all. I appreciate your prayers this week. It's been a hard week, a really hard week. But God's been with me, and He said He'd never leave nor forsake me. And I've found that to be true time and time again. So I appreciate y'all being with us. Y'all hang out. We'll see what we can see today. I appreciate all of you. There's Mr. Prince laying in the hay up underneath Crimson. And here comes, we need a name for this calf. We don't know what to name her. Come here, baby. But she is an absolute sweetheart. She is an absolute sweetheart. She, the boys want to keep her if we can, and I hope we can. But she is a baby. They're gonna try to halter break her. I don't think they'll be able to show her because she's gonna have horns. But she is an absolute baby doll. And so if y'all have any good name suggestions, let me know so I can tell the boys. But she is an absolute sweetheart. Absolute sweetheart. People talk about Bramer cattle being mean. And I'll tell you, I've had 3 put me in the hospital. The last one, she liked to kill me. But they respond to how they're treated. And some of them are just not natured well. But I still love them. Let's walk over here and check Carson's rabbits. Lynn made slaw last night. We had some cabbage left. She said, take that to Carson's rabbits. They'll eat it. And sure enough, they're eating it. They better than I am. I sure can't eat no cabbage. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not gonna tell Carson, but I have really enjoyed these rabbits. I'm so glad he got them. I love to watch them. I love to pet them. And there's one over there. He's got 4. Hold on, let me get the door open. I'll check these other ones over here. There's the other one over there. Got them in a big pen where they got plenty of room. But I really like these little rabbits. They are so soft. I think it's that one. One of them I've got where I can really rub good. But I can't remember which one it is. But anyway, there's Carson's rabbit. I'll come in here and check the birds. Oh, Lori put the feed in the feeders this morning. As you can see, the boys have quite the flock. These are probably my favorite of all of their animals, besides the turkeys and the rabbits and the cows and the goats. So I guess I like it all. I wish I was able to do more, but God's got a plan, and I'm just thankful to even still be here. But I just kind of wanted to bring y'all along, kind of show you everything. I know you've seen it before, but I need you to just come along with us. These silkies the boys got Saturday. I didn't know if I used to have some silkies years ago, and these here are the barred silkies, and I never saw any. And the boy said, "Daddy, can we get them? Do you mind?" I said, "No, I don't mind." So they've got them some barred silkies now. So I'm just thankful that the boys like farming. Carry it on. Boys have got tractors sitting there where I'm gonna go in here and check something. We've got 3 older tractors. A John Deere 2155 and a Long 2460 and an Oliver 1265. But Lord helped us get this tractor this year. This is a brand new one, and it's been kind of funny. Lynn just loves cats, and we've got 2 wild kittens here in the barn that I've left about helping control mice. And they've learned that they can crawl up on things, and you might know they won't crawl up on any of the old tractors. They want to come and they want to get on top of the brand new one. And I told Lynn, I said, them little cats is on treacherous waters. I said, they won't get on them old tractors, but they want to get on the new one. So I want to come in here and see. And I don't see any cat prints, but it wouldn't surprise me if there's some I just can't see. But anyway, well, let's go over to Lynn's now and do some checking over there. And like I say, I appreciate y'all being along with us. Y'all, we brought Junior to have his morning run. He's gonna get out and he'll run. You gonna run, Bubba? You gonna run? Let's go. You gonna run? Let's run. All right, let's go. Let's go. That's a boy. Bring Junior on the run every day, and he enjoys it. I know these videos probably don't get a lot of views, but we're going to talk a little bit today about, are you growing where you're planted? I hope y'all will stay with us through this video. I hope it'll be an encouragement to somebody. And like I say, we sure do appreciate y'all. But a lot of these videos like this, I know are not very popular. But I'm trying to encourage somebody if at all possible. And I'm not able to do much else. But if I can encourage one person, I feel like maybe the Lord's using me. What I want to talk about today, are you growing where you planted? So y'all keep watching the boys, elders, farming stuff, and we'll get that on video for you. If I was able, I'd do it, but I just can't. So y'all just keep watching. We're gonna get out here at the bottom. We're gonna talk a little valley. The good thing is there's a mountaintop coming. There's a light coming. As you can see, we're coming out of this old dark spot. I pray if you're in a dark spot, I've been in a dark spot all week. But I pray we all will come out where it gets light and open. Isn't that a beautiful view? That old dark spot come out bright, open. That's just like God does for us. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. Y'all see that old big bean field right there? Back in the summer, when my cousin Boomer was combining wheat down here, I rode the combine with him just a little. And we was coming around the first round, and down here next to the creek, saw a pumpkin vine. And it just growing every which way. He wanted to know that somebody planted it. I said, no, it had not been planted down there. I said, but now, when you come through with a sprayer to spray before you plant beans, I said, if you will, I said, move that boom over and don't spray that vine. He said, all right, if I can remember. So he remembered. And this vine has produced. And you think, well, how in the world did it get down here? Well, best we figure, as the old folks said, it's a volunteer vine. But I believe there's a little story behind this vine. You see up the creek, there's several different bottoms in several different places. And last year we had a big rain, and it flooded this whole bottom down here. And best we figure, there was a pumpkin in one of them bottoms that was way up the creek, that when the flood water came through, it washed that pumpkin down the way. And I know pumpkin don't have feelings, I know that. But let's just think about it a little bit. Now, can you imagine being laying where you had been, been growing, and all of a sudden you get picked up and washed and bounced and caught and brought all the way down a creek, and you land on shore down here? Isn't that just like life? We may be in a spot somewhere and we don't understand a lot of things, but a storm of life will come through and they'll beat and they'll batter us and they'll move us down the way. But we land on another bank somewhere. That's the reason I ask you, are you growing where you planted? Just like this pumpkin that washed down the creek had a seed in it. That's the same way with us, with God. God's in our heart. We don't know where he's going to take us, but we have that seed in him. And if he picks us up and moves us, are you going to grow where you planted? That's his desire. Because if he didn't move you, there wasn't a purpose in it. And if God moves you, there's a purpose. And if he moves you, you need to grow where he plants you. Just like this old pumpkin come bouncing down a creek. This creek is full of, lined with trees, rocks everywhere. And can you imagine a pumpkin come floating down this water and it didn't get busted on the way, but it landed down here on this old bank. And yeah, it rotted down, but that seed that was in there, it came forth. I said all that to say this: if God moves you, and you know it's God, now God's not going to lead you into something wrong. Let me clarify that. That'd be the devil. Now, I'll just go ahead and tell you. God's nowhere in that. But if it's something that may be taking you out of your comfort zone to serve him, I promise you, trust God and grow where he plants you. Just like this old pumpkin. Let that seed that's in you come forth in new ground, so to speak. God will use you. God will use you. Lynn's daddy, he's not good health, and he asked me, he said, Jeremiah, he said, I hate to, he called me Jeremiah. He said, Jeremiah, he said, if you would, go down there at the bottom and see if you can find any pumpkins. Said the deer might have got them, because the deer just love them. But he said, if there's any down there, I want you to clean the vine. And we love the little green ones. We stew them. Love stewed pumpkin. Of course, y'all know we just country folks. But there's been a time when, I can remember when I was little, my grandma Morris, she'd stew pumpkin. She wouldn't have much on hand. She never did drive, and she didn't have much on hand for something sweet. I can remember her stewing pumpkin for me. And I love stewed pumpkin, and Lynn's daddy, he does too. And he said, just clean the vine. Whatever's down there, just bring it back if you will. I said, okay. So we came down here, and this vine's all behind us, and in that old rough stuff there. And me and Junior just took our time and kind of walked through and looked. And as I talked about grow where you're planted, I thought about this vine right here. It's down here where it came from. No fertilizer, no nothing like that. Just this old rich bottom ground. And with all these beans, it's just a deer haven down here. But you can see how rough it is where this vine is. And I thought that's just like how God does us. If we'll grow where he plants us, he may be planting us there because the ground isn't too fertile, and he's wanting us to enrich it, use us to enrich it. And you may think, well, I don't know, it scares me because I don't know what's going to happen. Well, just like this old pumpkin vine, if you look behind me, a whole bed of pumpkins. You know, they didn't have any fertilizer, but God gave the increase. They didn't have any protection down here. God used them old weeds to hide them from the deer. God does the same thing with us. He protects us, he feeds us, and he'll give the increase in our lives if we'll just grow where we're planted. So just as this old volunteer pumpkin come bouncing down a roaring creek one day, and it landed, and yeah, it rotted down, but that seed came to life. Let God use that seed that's in us to come to life if he plants us somewhere different. So my challenge is to you, if God's moved you, you grow where you planted. I appreciate y'all watching. I hope this has encouraged somebody. Like I say, I know these videos aren't probably as popular, but I feel like if it'll encourage one person, it's worth it. I don't care if it doesn't get many views, but if it'll encourage somebody, it's worth that one view. So I pray this will be an encouragement to somebody. And as I said, grow where you planted. Have a good day. Keep loving on folks. Keep serving folks. Keep bragging on Jesus. It will make a difference. God bless you. We appreciate you.